Welcome to the Extraordinary Lives podcast, where we talk about lives that go beyond the ordinary to the extraordinary, with the extra being Jesus. We'll be encouraged with amazing stories and helpful insights from the lives of ordinary people who have that extra, that supernatural difference that only Jesus can give. I'm your host, Ellen Bennett. Thanks for joining us.
I believe that human beings, we all share many similar situations, feelings, emotions. And I think that through movies, this can be concrete. This can be a common ground where people can have a conversation with the story. And so this is beautiful, just incredible.
I am so excited to be here with Alessandro Amico. And yes, his last name means friend, and it fits him well. He is here in the States in order to find people who want to support him financially and then also with prayer with the organization that my son and daughter-in-law are with in Italy called
Agape Studenti. Good morning.
So great to have you here.
Thank you.
It has been such a treat getting to know Alessandro, to hear about his family, to hear about his love of filmmaking, and especially making films in Italian to reach people in Italy to better understand who is Jesus, what is the gospel. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, what a great presentation. What else could I say? Yeah, so thank you.
Hey, let's get started with your background, which is fascinating. I have to say a few of the funny things that have happened are just Alessandro's noticing how big some things are. So we happen to have a 2-liter bottle of soda in our refrigerator, which Alessandro just thought was amazingly huge, right?
Yeah. That was crazy. Like I just understood that here in the States everything is just bigger, like just a bottle or a sandwich, an hamburger, or cars. Cars are huge. I love it.
And yesterday we got a cappuccino, and it was again in a huge mug.
Yeah, it was like the double size we have in Italy.
Yes. And a small soda at Wendy's is a large in Italy. So we've been learning about all of that.
Yeah, and you remember when you will come in Italy that when you will ask for a large size, you will find the small one. There's a reason why.
That's great. Okay, so I want to hear a little bit about your parents because they are fascinating. Tell us how they met and what they do in Italy.
So, my father, he was a magician. And so when he was 16, he left his house and he started to do shows all around in Italy. And when he arrives in close to Bologna, in a city called Ravenna, he was looking for someone to pick him up with a car.
To hitchhike.
Yeah, definitely. And so, my mom, she stopped. She stopped and she took my father on the car, and here I am. The rest is story. And so, they started to do shows together, and my father was a magician, as I said, and my mother was a fire breather. So
And did she become a fire breather after she met your dad? I'm guessing.
After, so
Wow.
My father ruined her life. No, I'm joking. They actually are amazing together. And so they started to just having shows together, but then they became Christians. And so they understood that they had to serve God full time using the art that they had in their hands. But serving God and especially doing this to share the gospel to children. So they have this mission called La Fionda di Davide. And it's about 35 years that they are serving God full time with children. And we do like summer camps in Italy. We have missions in India. Supporting there. We have like trainings for for teachers in the Sunday school. They are doing an amazing, great job. And now they are going to realize a center in Rome, so in Italy, where to do all their activities in one place.
Wow.
And that's amazing. So it's a place for the family, for the Sunday school, for the churches, and that's it. Yeah.
That truly is amazing. I love to see that and hear how God's been working in their lives and just how hard they must be working as well for the Lord. And you traveled around a lot as a youngster, right?
Yeah, sure. Like I used to say that I grew up in a car in a certain way because we were always traveling, and that was fascinating. But that was also my daily.
Yes.
That was so normal. But growing up, I understood that this wasn't that common. But yeah, I traveled a lot all around Italy and also in Europe and doing shows with my family, and so yeah.
That's great. I know we're going to have to be sure to see some of your magic tricks before you go.
Yeah.
No excuses. He also made us carbonari last night and brought some olive oil from his own garden that we've been enjoying. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Well,
you're a great guest to have.
Italian food, I have to show my heritage.
Yes. Show your magic in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what's interesting to me is you were raised with parents who used their art to give the message about Jesus. And you said, no, I do not want to be a missionary earlier in your life. But here you are now deciding to become a missionary.
Yeah.
And to use your art, your experience, the gifts God has given you to share Jesus in a relationship with God with Italians and even people all over the world. Tell us a little bit about university, what you did after university, and how you came to this realization that you wanted to go ahead and go into ministry full time.
Yeah, as you said, I was so sure that missionary life wasn't my cup of tea. I don't know how to say it. But I always appreciated a lot how my family was working for the Lord and all the blessing they received from this, and also the blessing that they were able to share with the people that we met. And so I was sure that like missionary life wasn't my choice, but at the end I really loved what my family was doing. So I decided to study as social work in a university just because I was always interested to understand more about the human being. And so I decided to go with this university, which was amazing, really amazing, having great teachers and subjects and exams, and I learned really a lot. But during the university I was already working as photographer, which is another my passion. I can say that there are 3 areas in my life that are important for me. The human being, as I said, with university, and on the other side I have God, so my faith.
Yes.
But for sure art, and in this case the photography, is something so important to me. And so during the university I was already working as a photographer. So when I finished the university, I said, okay, let's go on with this. And I loved it. Like that was my dream. I just wanted to become a photographer. And in a certain way, like the dream came true because I worked a lot, having amazing experiences. And that was incredible. And on the other side was really strange because I have to be honest with you, like I was sure that was my dream, but then when I became a photographer, finally, I wasn't happy at all. I didn't feel that I was complete, that I was doing the right thing, and that was unexpected to me.
So you were university social work, photographer, and you were successful, but you weren't feeling complete or fulfilled.
Fulfilled, yeah, that's the right word to use. Yeah, and so I started to ask me many questions, like what am I doing, why am I doing this? I do really like this, and I was sure that I love photography.
Yes.
Come on. After this, I had 2 experiences that I can say that like gave me a different point of view. So I went in Uganda with a mission called Hope, which means Rakai, which is the village in Uganda, Rakai Orphan Hope Project. Yeah, and they work with orphan and with HIV effects.
Wow.
And so I went there, and that was a crazy travel, because the reality around you there is just unbelievable, and we know some of what is going on there, but when you go there it's totally different. And so I went there to do a photo reportage with this mission, and that was an incredible experience. And so I, some weeks before, I was in the fashion week taking pictures. And then
that is crazy. So here you are at Fashion Week taking pictures. Is that in Milan?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in Uganda taking pictures of orphans and even orphans with AIDS. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that, as you can imagine,
what a contrast.
Totally.
Right.
So this was really, really hard to manage.
Yes.
And so after this experience, I came back in Italy, and then I met a film director called Josué Petrone, and he was a missionary with Agape crew in Italy, and he is a filmmaker, and he asked me to be involved in a short movie project as a camera operator, and I say, well, yes. Why not? Let's go. And so we went in the Amalfi Coast, which is like the coast in the south of Italy, and you went there, right?
Gorgeous, yes.
You went there. That's beautiful, and the food, mamma mia, the food is incredible. And so, but yeah, we went there not just for the food, but we went there for this short movie project.
Yes.
We want to just tell a story about the sacrifice, but in a modern story that we script. And yeah, we went there, and it was beautiful because the productive team was composed half by people from the States and half from Italy. And so this was a great field where I could learn a lot. And also this probably was the first time for me where I could combine my passion for God and my heart for the art. And we were artists and believers at the same time. So it was an incredible combo, let me say. And so, and this beautiful experience gave me a deep crisis.
Wow.
Because after that I was just sad, because I had to, I knew that was just an experience, and then I had to come back to what I was doing, and I understood that there was something wrong.
Yes.
In what was
something missing.
Something missing. Yeah. After that, COVID happened.
Yes, COVID.
Yeah, and
that really shut Italy down hard.
Really hard. Yeah, Italy was most hidden country in Europe, and I know many stories of people who died, and so that was an easy time for me and for everyone, for sure. And so, but I remember that I was just crying, thinking about the people that were dying, but also there were also like a spiritual like contest to understand, because I saw that the people, especially in that situation, were thirsty to know more about God, and my question was, what am I doing? What's my part in it? And so I decided to have a time with Josué, the director that I told you. He led me as mentor, which means that we just prayed together, trying to figure out what was going on in my mind. Let me just say that, to keep it simple, it was so clear that I had to serve God full time.
Wow.
And that was like totally unexpected to me, because that was something new, something so refreshing, something that gave me a new point of view, and that was incredible. But thinking about what I thought before, so that was the last thing that I thought that I could do. But then that was like my desire, and so and after that I decided to join Agape in Italy, and now here I am.
Yes, Agape Italia. And I'll be sure to put links to the Altro Mare film that you did, which, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
And it is a beautiful film about a father and son and involves deep sacrifice. And you can also relate this definitely to the story of Jesus. In fact, recently you were in Bologna with Matt and Elizabeth's team there, and they had advertised to students at the University of Bologna to come watch a film and meet some of the people involved with the film, which included you. Tell us a little bit about that experience of showing the film to the students. And then the website, which I love, has questions to think about and to kind of guide people into more questions and pondering about Jesus and who he is. Tell us a little bit about that experience in Bologna with the students.
That was beautiful because, during the pandemic time, many of them were online. Yeah. But so we had the opportunity to have this one in like face to face, and in Bologna, and that was incredible. Like I think that half of the people were not believer during the event, and that was great. They are doing an amazing job there in the university. And so we watched the short movie, and then we had like small groups where to discuss about it. And we had many questions, and I saw how easy was to go in deep conversation with people about the sacrifice. And you know what? People just want to share. People just want to speak about their life, and people need to have someone. And it was really beautiful. And I remember that in my small group, I had like 2 not believers students. And after that, they told me that they won't definitely consider to know more about God. And also in another small group there was this Chinese girl, and she told us that she never heard about Jesus. Like she never heard about Jesus at all. Like she didn't know nothing about the story of Jesus, the sacrifice of Jesus, and that was the first time for her listening about him. And that was this gave me the consciousness that there are many people, we still have many people all around the world, they don't even know who Jesus is, and that's crazy.
Wow, that is. And with a film that's so beautiful and well done, and it's a short film, it's about 5 minutes, but it touches your mind as well as your heart, even your soul, and opens you up to conversation and can go, like you said, can help you go deeper faster and really consider the important things in life. So that's beautiful. And you have the desire to do similar films, is that right? In fact, we've gotten to watch one that you produced, which is amazing and really has such great potential as well to really influence people for the Lord. Tell us a little bit about how you came about even making that movie.
Yeah, you mean the movie that I showed you?
Yes.
Okay.
And tell us the title, which is so cool. As an English literature major, I love it.
Please share it.
The Portrait of the Artist as an Old Woman.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there is a reference here.
Yes.
And so, I decided to attend a movie academy in Italy. And that was a gorgeous experience because I just had the opportunity to meet some important figures in the film industry in Italy, like directors, scriptwriters, producers, music composers, actors. And that was just incredible, and so I learned a lot. As the final exam of this academy, I had to produce a short documentary, and so I produced this one, so the portrait of the artist as an old woman. And this is a story about this old woman, and her husband passed away just 2 years ago. And so we tried to investigate how a person can face the loneliness, and especially how a person can face the idea of death.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to have this with her. She was an amazing, beautiful woman, a person, an incredible human being. And also, I'm sure that also God gave me the opportunity to meet her a especially in that time, because we had a beautiful conversation together where she told me that she wants to give herself to the Lord, and she accepted the Lord, and I pray for her, and that was just just amazing. And also we produced this short movie for the Academy.
Yes.
And just 2 weeks after she passed away.
Wow.
And so I'm so honored that I had the opportunity to tell this story.
Yes.
And so there I understood the importance to tell stories, and how those are just incredible. They just can speak a lot. They can just share everything. I believe that human beings, we all share many similar situations, feelings, emotions. And I think that through movies, this can be concrete. This can be a common ground where people can have a conversation with the story. And so this is beautiful, just incredible. Yeah.
That is fantastic. And you mentioned too that you got to show her the film, is that right? Just right before she died?
Yeah. And I just want to show her this before she died, because I went in her house and she was just laying on the bed. She couldn't speak anymore, but we showed her the short movie and she just started crying as a baby.
Wow.
and I was just so happy that she could like watch it before she died, and she just told me without telling me, but with hands, because in Italy we use we use hands, just you know, like we can move hands a lot in Italy.
Yes.
And with her hands, she
gestures.
Yeah, with gestures, she told me that she totally appreciated it. But with a tiny voice, she told me, please go on and keep doing art. And this was the last thing she told me.
Wow.
She was able to, and I'm so honored that she used that few breaths she had to just tell me this.
Wow.
And so after this, I told her that I was praying for her, and just to give herself to the Lord. And just 3 days after she passed away.
Wow.
So yeah, we can just share what we know as Christian.
Yes.
This is our goal. I mean, this is our purpose.
Yes.
And why we shouldn't.
Yes, why would we hold back on this? Yeah. Right. Oh, that's fantastic. And I'm also thinking about just the awards that Altro Mari has received from different film festivals, and you're in the process and hoping that yours also will be accepted by a film festival, which is a huge honor, and also just gives more recognition to the film and enables even more people to know about it and see it. So exciting times, and just exciting to see how God is so blessing your work already. And your heart is just tremendous for Him. So it's just been such a privilege to have you here and just to see your heart. And it's been also fun as you've been presenting what you want to do to different groups that we've had over, to see their enthusiasm. They are truly excited for you and are excited about supporting you in this endeavor, and being able to see your purpose and your art just really contribute to other people knowing Jesus. So that's extraordinary.
Yeah, it is. Like, now that you know my story, you can't imagine how it's crazy for me, because from where I started. So just maybe 1 year and a half ago, for me this was so crazy to think, just to believe. And now I'm here and I'm in the States. Come on.
Yes, exactly. His first stop was San Diego. What a gorgeous place to be.
Definitely. I totally agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so just thank you to have me here. That was just beautiful to share my story and what is going on.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time and that extra energy it takes to translate from Italian into English, and you speak so beautifully.
I hope
great
that
job.
I'm trying to do my best.
Yeah, great job. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Alessandro.
Thank you too.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. This is Ellen Bennett with the Extraordinary Lives podcast.